When you talk about Obamacare, you got to talk about that Obamacare website. And there's a guy out there who is in the world of software and internet security. His name is John McAfee. If you have a computer, at some point you probably have had that McAfee software on your computer. Well, that's John McAfee. He has looked at the Obamacare website, and he says it is problematic on many different levels. He joins us now. Mr. McAfee, what is your greatest concern?
Hello, Brian and I. Well, my greatest concern is that there is no way to verify that any website that a provider or an agent puts up is legitimate. Any hacker in the world can put up a website claiming to be an Obamacare provider, and then you will willingly give them your birth date, your full information, your Social Security number, your medical history, and the following day they will be emptying your bank accounts. I predict that the cost to consumers from identity theft is going to be many times the cost of the entire Obamacare package.
All right, so let me make sure I understand this correctly. So you got this Obamacare website that they want everybody to look at, and it's been fraught with all kinds of technical problems to begin with. But as you look at it, the great flaw that you see is that there is no portal. Is that the right word? Portal from the federal to the states, right?
Absolutely. In fact, I can just go up and do a search on Obamacare packages in Idaho, and then a bunch of providers show up. That this is absurd. You should have to go to the main federal site and then get linked to them. Whoever designed this is an idiot. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but nobody in their right mind would allow this to happen if they gave 2 seconds thought to it.
All right, so John McAfee, obviously McAfee Incorporated is your company now for the software protection, but you have a long history. You've worked with Network Associates. You worked with you've done government work before too. You know what it's like dealing with the government bureaucracy. They've had 3 years to do this. Is there any excuse for the problems, and forgetting about the security problems that you're talking about, but what about all of the glitches and the bugs? We have a new report now that most of the people who signed on originally, now they have to reset their username and their passwords to get back onto the site. Have you ever seen a debacle like this?
No, I never have. I mean, even tiny little companies with people who've had limited experience don't make these mistakes. It's simply a matter someone is simply not thinking. I think someone is more concerned with political impacts and pleasing the public than they are with providing even the smallest semblance of functionality within the program.
We're now getting a report via the Drudge Report. This is the new headline you just put up a few minutes ago, that apparently U.S. taxpayers paid $634 million to build the Obamacare website. Is that even conceivable?
Well, no, it's not conceivable. I mean, I can put up a website for about $200 now. They have little packages that, no, I'm serious, that will do all of this stuff for you, and they're guaranteed to provide all the facilities that you need. So someone is doing something radically incorrect, and I don't know what it is. But if I were in charge of the technical aspects of that program, I would fire everyone. I mean, everyone, because even programmers who are implementing it have the obligation to say, hey, wait a minute, this isn't right.
All right, so is it fixable, or should we just scrap the thing until we get it right?
Well, I would definitely shut it down until you get it right, because here's the problem. We are putting Americans at tremendous risk. Seriously now. Think of the tens of millions of people who are going to be signing up, and think of the hungry hackers out there just rubbing their hands so they're going, gosh, I can't wait, because it's fresh meat coming.
So, as the discussions in Congress go on about, the Republicans in Congress are trying to delay the individual mandate and the implementation of Obamacare by about a year, because all indications were that it wasn't ready. In fact, indications from the administration was that it wasn't ready. That's why they delayed a bunch of the aspects of this. Have they reached out to you to testify in Congress to actually explain that maybe a year delay is a good idea?
Well, certainly at least a year. I mean, this is a huge screw-up. It's a very complex system, the way they have implemented it. It doesn't need to be this complex. And if this goes the way that most programming tasks go, is as messed up as it is now, they will merely fix one thing, which will break something else, and this will go on for years and years. They need to stop start over, and it's not a big deal, really, if you look at it properly. They just need to hire someone from the outside, anybody, and say, please, come in and fix this. It's not a big deal. It really is not, if you do it properly.
It's sort of...
People do this all the time, sir.
All right, so it's sort of astonishing that they didn't see this incredible gaping security issue with the development of the website that they've been working on for 3 years. So I guess the thing that I want to know is when you started talking about this a couple of days ago, did anybody from the White House or the administration reach out to you and say, John, we never saw that. How can we fix it? Did they ask you for advice?
Do your patriotic duty and help us fix this?
No, of course not. No one's contacted me. Everybody has my phone number and email address.
All right. Well, listen, it seems like the government's reinventing the wheel here. I mean, we know that private industry, private health insurance providers and carriers, they've been doing this online for years. How did they do it so well? What's the difference between what they did and what they did with Obamacare here?
Well, I don't know. I think the difference is the private industry has to make a profit, and so people are watching going, look, if you mess up our website and our people lose money, we're not going to make a profit. I don't know. That's certainly one difference.
Yeah.
And maybe the number of people working in it in private industry is smaller, so that people can go, okay, let's sit down in this room and let's all figure out what the problem is. But honestly, anybody, I mean, even a child could have looked at this and said, good Lord, this is a very insecure system, and hackers are going to make a heyday.
And so your advice to people is to not interact with the system right now until they get it fixed?
Well, I would certainly wait. I mean, identity theft is a major thing. If you are an elderly person, for example, who has spent a lifetime saving, a life savings, it could be wiped out in a day. Seriously. And it would be simple to do.
All right. Well, listen, Mr. McAfee, we thank you so much for joining us.
You're
Really
welcome. Thank you,
appreciate
sir.